Today's episode, powered by ChatGPT.
Hey there, beefy snack enthusiast.
Man, I went to Heartland.
I still have, yeah, if that doesn't take you back and make you feel old, Billy, I don't know what will.
Every time I stand up. what's the religious group that owns the freaking cinnamon roll place? Right.
First thought is like, you ever heard of the band ICP? No, I'm kidding.
Here we go. Hey, hold my beer.
Preparing your episode.
Hey there, beefy snack enthusiast. Are you tired of munching on snacks that just can't satisfy your hunger for flavor? Well, hold on to your taste buds because we've got a meaty revelation for you.
Introducing Rage Beef Jerky, the jaw-dropping, taste-exploding, I can't believe how awesome this is snack that'll have you hooked from the very first bite. Unlike those flimsy, hard-to-open bags of disappointment, Rage Beef Jerky is packed with 6 mouth-watering flavors that will leave you saying, "Where have you been all my life?" Those flavors consist of the classic Original from your purist out there, hot but not to be scared of this flavor. This flavor will have your tongue asking, "Hey, we want some more." The sweet and spicy will have you thinking about your high school crush or flame. The most unique teriyaki you will ever taste, cracked black pepper, and the flavor that put a restraining order on Joshua David Miller, bacon jalapeno.
And guess what? Rage has spread their meaty goodness to 5 states with over 400 locations where you can get your hands on the best beef jerky in the universe. Whether you're hiking in the great outdoors, stuck in traffic, or just binge watching your favorite shows, Rage Beef Jerky is your ultimate snacking sidekick. But wait, there's more. Head over to www.ragebeefjerky.com and use promo code Chubby to save a whopping 15% off your order. So what are you waiting for? Don't let your taste buds miss out on the flavor explosion that is Rage Beef Jerky. Get your beef jerky fix today and unleash your inner snacker.
Rage Beef Jerky, because life's too short for bland snacks.
Nice.
Oh,
nice. Good stuff. I talked to Bo on the phone this week before it cut out. He thinks we were in a dead zone. He thinks he was in a dead zone. What really happened is my phone died. My phone died, so I had to put it on the charger. And then like 15 minutes later, it came back on. And he was like, "Hey, dead zone." And I was like, "Oh, buddy." And I don't even think I texted him back, but I was like, "Oh no, it was totally my fault, not his." So sorry, Bo. That was all me. But no, we were talking on the phone. He was, man, he's I love that dude. His heart is so golden. He was just sharing some wisdom about, I made the announcement last week about what our future holds, and so he was just sharing some wisdom about running a business, stuff like that. So.
Did he reach out after that?
Yeah, it was really cool. So.
Oh, so he listened.
Yeah, he listened and then called me. We talked on the phone for a little bit this week. So it was really cool. Shout out, Bo. Love you, man. Appreciate all you do.
Good job.
This is where I guess we can tell everybody like what's going on because I had the bright idea of trying out. Now, can we actually say that this is a powered by our AI, or is it powered purely by
today's episode?
ChatGPT.
Powered by ChatGPT. Everything you hear today is generated content from ChatGPT. We have placed all of our questions, even our ad promos, which hopefully you haven't heard yet, are all ChatGPT generated. And let me tell you, get your hands on those.
Rage is at the very beginning. My bad.
Huh?
Rage is literally at the very beginning.
Serious? Man, they're going to hear me talk about
I'm going to cut it. I'll cut it. I'll cut it.
No, don't cut it.
Right
That's
now.
funny. Leave it there. It's just embarrassing. They were like, "What the heck are they doing?"
It was a very seductive ad.
It was, but I mean, that's totally how ChatGPT wrote it up. I didn't totally put my own spin on that. It said with a seductive voice, read it this way. So
it sure did.
It's computer
but before we actually get into the
generated seduction. So if you were turned on, just remember that's weird.
I have a feeling you and your wife argue a lot about you talking over your wife.
All the time.
I'm just saying.
All the time.
I can tell. But before we actually get into the ChatGPT generated questions, none of our answers are actually anything ChatGPT. It's all going to be us. But let's always do what we always do. Let's check in with each other, buddy. How you been?
I'm good. It's been a good week. How's your week been?
It ended rough, dude. Like I told Daniel earlier when he was, I called him even to see if he might have been smaller than me. Like, I don't have enough small friends. And, like, I had to change a faucet out on my sink, right?
Okay.
So me underneath the sink, like, doesn't work, right? Especially this one. So it's got that little, like, segment in between the two doors that open up, like French doors. And I had to go in there sideways, and I couldn't turn all the way on my back, or I'd get stuck. And a couple of times while I was I couldn't get to these screws that you have to loosen, and I couldn't get to them because I couldn't get far enough back there, so my arms weren't long enough to reach behind the sink. So I freaked out because I thought I got stuck, and I was like getting ready to break that piece of wood, and like I lost my shit, and I told Jamie I'm about to cut this off. I had a honing saw ready to go and everything, and she was like tripping balls that I wasn't going to do it. I was 100% going to do that and then just Gorilla Glue it with some Gorilla Glue. But finally, oddly enough, like this guy came over here next door and was helping out one of the landlords in the area, and he was a handyman. And I made the joke, I was like, "You're not a plumber, are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I've done some plumbing work." I was like, "Really?" And he was probably about the size of Jordan in high school. Probably, okay?
Little guy.
So yeah. So, and he's probably in his early 60s, but he was able to get under there in less than 15 minutes, unscrew these things. So I gave him $25 for 20 minutes of work.
Bro, there you go.
And I gave him a light to use. So
good deal.
Luckily, that was the end of that fiasco. But then I added to my fiasco by trying to get the new sink faucet in. Like we said before, I can't fit, so I had to call my dad.
Wait, so you took one out, knowing you were putting a new one in?
Well, no,
but
check this out. I couldn't get leverage. I got to the point where I could reach the screw, but I couldn't get leverage to get the screw out.
Didn't you know that?
Because it was like
to take the other one out?
No, because it was corroded. Well, no, because it was corroded, right?
Okay.
So I figured if it wasn't corroded, that it would just screw in easy for me to get up there. No, not a chance. So I got my dad. He came over here, and he was over for about 3 hours. We finished it. So now the faucet's in. So yeah, that's my story and weekend. Yeah.
If you had gave a dude $50, I probably would have put it in for you.
Yeah, probably.
No, well, he actually got a ride from the landlord next door, so he was actually in a hurry. But since I let him borrow my flashlight, he said that he was going to come look at it for free. I wasn't even going to pay him, but I did it because he took time out of his time, so I gave him 20, and that's all I had in cash. So I said, "Here's $25." He goes, "Oh, you didn't need to do that." And I said, "Well, you came over here and helped. You didn't have to do that either." So shout out, I forgot his name already. So
shout out, dude.
All I know is that tight spaces are not for guys over 220. Oh man! And like I said, I freaked out. You weigh what? Well, I'm not 220. I weigh 253. So
yeah, but Daniel, you're also
I thought that you
6'1".
Okay, so really 6'1"?
I'm 5'8".
I thought you were taller than.
I'm as wide as. Look at me. No, bro.
Daniel's just not 6'1".
Look, it's Chunky and Chunky Jr. Oh no!
Would you
wrestling over a snack cake?
You could be in the front, but you'd be lighter than both of them.
I know. I would. That's
You're the little brother.
Man. That's weird to me. Not by much though. I'm only like 10 pounds under you, Daniel. I'm
330,
buddy. Which that's my new.
You have gotten skinnier since when we went golfing. You have gotten so much like leaner. It looks like.
Yeah.
No, I doubt that you've been like hitting the gym as hard as you could be, but you definitely got leaner.
I need to. I really do need to.
If that gym is your kids, like I could see you losing weight because your kids. Because I could. Oh, the granddaughter was here this week. Oh my god, me trying to fix the sink with a granddaughter and my damn dogs. Hell to the no.
Charlie Sheen was probably humping your leg the whole time, wasn't he?
No, he was walking away with my damn tools. He kept walking away with my screwdrivers and the wrenches. So I had to stop until Jamie came back. Oh, I haven't been that stressed since the SAT, ACTs.
Oh, I remember that.
Ugh.
You were pretty stressed on those. Although you Christmas treed the math section, so
yeah, because I wasn't going to stress myself out more. I wasn't stressing myself out on that. I'll read before I do math. All right, but hey, how's our +1 doing? And did his lights just cut out?
I thought for a second, but
there it is.
I had a predicament. I needed to check the score in the Jets-Eagles game. And the Eagles are losing on 4th down right now with 1:30 left.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No more undefeated teams in the NFL.
1972 Miami.
Man, that Browns game was a little sketch.
Stop.
Listen,
they should not have been that close.
Just at the end, it felt like it was a little forced. Not so much that I would say, raise complaints, but it felt like the refs kept the Browns in that.
Stop.
I'm just saying.
Typical Chiefs.
I know what I saw.
Chiefs get all the damn breaks, and now you're talking about other teams needing getting breaks. Get out of here.
Did the 49ers? Did the 49ers
good enough to still be undefeated? That's my only point. Brock Purdy.
Okay, hold on. Hey, we didn't get to do this last episode when he was on. You were wrong, big guy. You said Brock Purdy wouldn't be the starter this year. You were wrong.
I do love rubbing it in your face.
Has he thrown an interception? No, he has not until maybe today. What do you mean it don't matter?
Who?
Brock Purdy.
No, the Jets just was about to pick it off, but they didn't need to. It's 4th down.
He's in the zone, man. He's watching this game. He wants
good
to
go. Good.
Game's over. Guess one.
But here we go. Brock Purdy, though. How can you say that he's garbage when he went how many games without throwing a pick? He hasn't lost until today. His first regular season loss was today.
Brock Purdy doesn't matter.
You put him on any team that's not offensive stack, he will be freaking garbage.
Can't you say the same thing about Tua?
No.
What?
You possibly could, but I don't care.
You could. You could say that about Dak if you wanted to, and he ain't got nothing to show for it.
Dak's garbage, period. Good team or not.
They should have kept that third string quarterback that they could be having right now. The one that they sent off to Cincinnati, and then now he's at I think he's at the Patriots.
Since he ain't got Tom Brady.
Oh yeah. Man, it's seeming like it might be Belichick's last year. I'm just saying.
I don't think he will. He's a GM and a coach.
Kraft came out and said that he's on thin ice. He said, "I am not opposed to firing him."
Bro, that's that's wild.
That's scary.
Could you imagine?
Listen, I think where he messed up. Go GM and coach instead of let a GM just draft the players because he hasn't done a good job at drafting. That's my opinion.
Hey,
I think he's still a heck of a coach.
He's the best trade.
I'm not saying Veach have the best system, but Veach has been killing it with his draft picks, and Andy Reid just runs his team.
Why don't we wait to talk about sports until our sports segment?
Okay, calm down. Sorry.
Jesus.
You know what?
But hey, Billy, how have you been since you are a guest to the show? How have you been? Like, let's check in on the guest.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's kind of
working a lot.
How was Colorado?
It was fantastic. Got to see Paige.
Did you get to see Prime?
I did not even try to. I got to see my daughter.
Right.
That's what matters.
Sure.
Had a blast. Met her friend.
Wait, is that a guy or a girl?
There's a guy.
What?
Uh-oh.
Reggie.
Reggie.
No, just met her. Nice. And just really enjoyed my time with my daughter.
Cool.
Like, Leanne cooked a meal that she's wanted for a while, that Paige has wanted since she's been away. And like we watched the Colorado game Friday night. Just kind of hung out. We played this. Mom showed us this game called Sequence.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, Sequence.
Good game,
dude.
And so we played a little bit of Sequence, and then we always like playing Uno when it's 1-on-1, just because we're competitive with each other. So had a good time. It was a lot of fun.
It's good, man.
The sucky part every time.
Of course, man. But she's killing it, man. She's killing it.
Yeah.
So far, she has gone to the probably in the family, isn't it? Like Josh could have went to Duke, but he didn't.
She's easily gone to the most prestigious.
Yeah.
Well, and she's going in for nursing, or is it for?
No, she's for psychology. She's
psychology.
She wants her doctorate in psychology.
That girl's got to go all the way up if she's going psychology. You can't quit early on that program. Master's exactly minimum to be able to practice. So.
And then
doctorate's the right approach, though. She'll kill it at that. She will be so good at that.
She's doing a double major, so she's getting her nursing while she's doing that also.
Oh, very nice.
I'm pretty sure it's the nursing. I know she's double majoring. So she's got a lot on her hands.
For punishment. She always has been when it comes to her schoolwork. She's brilliant. She's way smarter than either one of us ever were.
I don't know. Like, she had to get her smarts from mama.
Has to. Like, it don't come from you, that's for sure.
Man, I went to Harvard.
I still have to tell you how to spell smarts. So
I went to Harvard.
Just because your player in Madden went to Harvard doesn't mean you went to Harvard.
Is my player?
That was NBA 2K. Shut
up. That's a clip right there.
Ivy League, my ass.
Let's clip that. That's a clip. Golly.
I'm Fitzpatrick, right?
Well, hey, why don't we get into what everybody is wondering what this episode is about, and that's ChatGPT generated questions.
AI, baby. It's the future. It's here. It's now.
It's scary as shit. That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
If it can write an ad read like a CBS Super Bowl commercial, hell yeah.
So everything you hear today is ChatGPT based, right, Bobby?
Except for our small talk on the side that is not obviously like our sports banter and stuff like that. We will have some sports questions later on, and then we'll end it off as we usually do. But
all right.
Joshua, I have a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you hear the word cult or cult or just the blunt end of a conversation about cult, what's your first thought? I have my thoughts. What's yours?
First thought is like, you ever heard of the band ICP? No, I'm kidding. I'm messing. I'm messing with my brother here right now.
Oh, you made me waste whiskey. You made me waste whiskey.
Yes. I love it. I got him.
Oh,
I got him.
My face is burning.
Love it.
I was gonna say Kool-Aid.
No, yeah, man. Weirdly enough, yeah, okay. Let's soak in the fun. That was fun. Oh gosh, cults. What a weird topic to throw in, but I guess
Make it all fun.
Computer generated. Kool-Aid's actually a really good topic because I wrote a report on that. Jonestown Massacre.
Kool-Aid or actually the
Jonestown Massacre. Which almost 1,000 people transported down to Guyana as part of the People's Temple, who Jim Jones just... Here's the thing. Charismatic leaders are great until they're not. And the problem is Jim Jones built a legacy first and foremost on preaching the gospel and on helping people in need. And so he got an entire community to love him and to see him as basically the next generation of Jesus, the next iteration of Jesus. only to take them and begin to slowly control them and consume them and use them for his advantage. And unfortunately, in almost every cult, that's what you see, is that the masses are controlled for the benefit of the few. And the tragedy of it is, instead of setting people free, it's about keeping them caged up within this certain world. You good, Bobby?
Yeah, my earpieces came off of my glasses and there I lost them.
Oh my God.
I'm listening.
I hope you are. I'm not sure anybody else is if they're watching the video, bro. You look like you're on a scavenger hunt over there.
Oh, I was on my earpieces, but like you said, I have a good memory and I can multitask.
You got whiskey all over you.
My question
it happens.
Like when you said, when you said, like a good leader, right? Like the first thought that I thought of was like, what was the dude? David Koresh, right?
David Koresh.
When he at the Waco, Texas thing, like. It's not that he was necessarily a good leader. He was very competent in the way that he spoke.
That's
like,
what I
mean. It didn't make. I don't think if you can be a good talker, I think you can make a cult good, like look really good. Like it's very appealing to people who are alone.
They're usually cult leaders are charismatic. They're usually great communicators. And
psycho.
They're not necessarily bad leaders. It's the corruption that takes place that makes them bad.
They're obviously good leaders because they have to be to get to the point they're at.
Exactly. I'm not saying they're
of that goodness that ultimately takes place, and that's the problem.
With bad intentions.
I'm trying to think of like more recent modern examples. Did you guys ever watch Smallville? I know you watched Smallville. Okay, you remember Allison Mack?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember. She got wrapped up in a whole scandal with a cult. That's a great example to me of how twisted and messed up that could do. So if you know much about that story, she's wrapped up with this leader, and basically she's helping to traffic other women into this cult, into what's essentially a sex cult, a manipulation cult. And the problem is that's what cults do. Cults, at their heart, the way they operate different than a religion is that they isolate and they pull you away. Their goal isn't about freedom. It's not about getting you closer to God. It's about putting you in a specific environment. Now they'll use language that can be God related, not always God related. I mean, cults come out of all sorts of things. You've got cults that come off.
Who was the dude that wrote his own book? The MSTA. Is it MSTA that he wrote? It's pretty much Muslim, but it was it's the newest version of the Muslim translation. Like, what was that dude's name? He was like, maybe, I think that's like, it was made in the 60s or 70s.
I'm not sure.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I think it's called MSTA. But like, when I think of like cults that are around today, like if it's anybody that's on the side of the road, like preaching out of like a boombox, like I first think, oh, dude, that dude's got to be like cult driven.
Sometimes, man,
he's like trying to get people.
Some of those people are they misunderstand what it means to preach the gospel.
You're going to get me in a car accident. That's what they're going to do.
Well, they misunderstand what it means to preach the gospel.
That's a cult guy.
Who?
In the recent era, Charles Manson.
Yeah, Manson.
Well, yeah, but
Manson was messed up.
His was government driven too.
Yeah,
his was government driven.
And then
that wasn't religious at all. That wasn't religious at all.
Manson's had a pretty twisted. It was a race war too, man. There was all sorts of elements.
In Vietnam, it was the war. The Vietnam War had a lot to do with it, I do believe, didn't it?
Then you can go back to
protesting that war.
Yeah.
Who? That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, like, how many cults do you think are out there today? That's a question to answer.
So many, dude. Like thousands upon thousands.
Thousands.
Scientology is cult-like.
Scientology is a cult.
That's
very.
That's why I was talking about
Scientology is a cult.
And Mormon is a cult.
Mormon.
If you have to have an ID card to get in,
Mormon's a tough one for me. And here's the thing, like Daniel, I agree with you. The tough one for me is I'm in community with Mormons. Like I have people in my community that are Mormons that I have genuine personal relationships with. And I've had conversations with them, And I know in my heart, this dude loves Jesus and follows Jesus. So that's really hard for me, knowing what I know about Mormon faith, to also hear him talk about his relationship with Jesus and hear him talk about Jesus and recognize, okay, there's something to that, even if what's being taught to him and ultimately what his faith is built on isn't, gosh, this is so hard to say, but man, like flat out, it's not based on the truth of Jesus. It's based on somebody else's claims beyond that. It's added to Scripture.
And it's changed so much.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does. It
like
doesn't truly align with the rest of the message of Scripture, because it adds so much to it that isn't part of any sort of part of the original narrative. Anyways, all of that, suffice it to say that I think even in those situations, I'm a big believer that God is still at work, and I'm a big believer that there will even be Mormons in heaven because they follow Jesus, and that they weren't good enough Mormons to be good Mormons, so they're in heaven. You know what I mean?
Well, let's not forget you lived right next door to like a Jehovah's Witness meeting.
Oh yeah, that's true. We had
crazy.
our home had a right next door. We grew up to a Jehovah's Witness. Gosh, we had several. Like I think the Jehovah's Witness
can you call it a cult
house, and so multiple people would move in there over the years.
Josh lived next door to a cult compound.
What about?
What about Yellow House? Because that felt like it was a cult compound.
What's the religious group that owns the freaking cinnamon roll place right outside of town?
The Yoders?
The Yoders? The Amish?
The Amish?
Yeah. What do you think about them?
Amish, I wouldn't quite call a cult.
But like per definition, I think they are.
And I would. So here's the thing. But here's the thing. The challenge to that is they have Rumspringer, which is they release all of their children to go experience the world and make the decision for themselves whether they want to stay a part of the Amish community. And that, to me, is the defining element that says, nah, that's not a cult.
What's the other one? Because there's one that if you leave,
you have Mennonite and Amish, and that's the only two that are in our area.
You can't come back to the community.
Yeah, and you're shunned.
Yeah, so in that way, yes. But yeah.
But they're giving you a choice.
Yeah, but in the same way, you would have that same choice in a cult, in that, but even then you wouldn't have the choice. But yeah, no. Yeah. Here's the thing. The problem with Amish is it's a misunderstanding of when Jesus says be in the world but not of the world. The Amish take that to mean that they're supposed to be completely separate and do their own thing and never let the world influence them. But that doesn't allow them to preach the gospel or to ever change anyone in the world, to ever impact.
Here's my problem with Amish. Amish still go to Walmart, bro. They're still using Just get a cell phone, man. Just get a cell phone.
Bobby says they're too hypocritical.
Take a bath. Like, okay, this is what I've learned about the Amish. Like, they're very hypocritical. Like, they say that they don't do this, but yet they still like they feed off of the like. They're almost kind of like gypsies in a way. Like gypsies are like very like they feed off of what other people's.
Is he gonna get us canceled for saying gypsies?
No, gypsies. There's different types of gypsies, but like the bad like the ones that like steal shit. There's gypsies that steal shit. There's gypsies that.
He said,
"It doesn't sound like you're portraying gypsies in any sort of positive way at all."
Can you?
Sorry, y'all.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, like two parts.
It was a great
Terminator.
It was a great time.
All I'm asking is that like Amish, like if you're going to say that you don't do all this stuff, then how can you go buy your stuff at a place that has electricity or that has like all the stuff that you're apparently not able to use?
Baby shark.
This is not AI generated.
No,
for those wondering.
You get that extra for free.
This is
that's all human generated, not computer.
I don't know. Would you go visit like if you had the option to go visit like a compound? Would you, Josh? I wouldn't.
No.
But like you being a religious leader, like would you like if you wanted to see what it was all about?
I would be curious to know more about it. Like, take the Waco thing, for instance. I want to know more about what David Koresh taught because I want to see where ultimately it all failed. Because how do you rally that many people to you before
like
it
which
becomes
part
corrupted like that?
Even on that same aspect of things, like seeing where it succeeded. Like, how did he get that many
And that's
people?
the point. I think he got to that place. That's my point. I think he got to that place the same way Jim Jones did, which was by
dedication. That's 100% the
legitimately
answer.
letting the gospel move him and like being used by God. I think what happens is somewhere along the way, the power, the position corrupts their mind. And like Satan, they're just like, oh, I am God. I'm this. Because Jim Jones would say that. He would say he was like God in the flesh there at the end. And dude, the tragedy of what he did to them. Jim Jones is the People's Temple. He was the ones down in Guyana.
I don't think you heard me.
No, what'd you say?
I said, is Negan the cult leader in Walking Dead?
Yes. Yeah.
Or they just call cults?
No, Jim Jones is the Dallas Cowboys owner, cult leader.
Oh,
that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby. Funny. Oh.
I don't drink Kool-Aid.
I don't know, man. You still call Dallas the America's team. That sounds like some sort of Kool-Aid to me.
I don't call it that.
That's
American
what they
sports. American sports call them that. They still sell more merchandise than any other team.
Well, of course they do, man.
Dallas Cowboys is the America's team.
Why?
Like it's
are the America's team.
They're the most.
ChatGPT generated. Your English is terrible, and they are America's
team. Nobody asked ChatGPT. Shit.
Evidently, Bobby did because he got some questions.
He did.
Oh,
not for that though. But it did ask some prison questions, and Billy can fill in on this.
I'm gonna let
I put it in for like I put in questions in ChatGPT that like affiliated with like what Josh and I do. Well, not questions. I just said we're two guys who work in these fields, and then we have a podcast about this, and we do this on our podcast.
So
and then it generated all this
first
stuff.
question for me to answer was, "What's your take on Colts, JD? Like, what the heck, man? ChatGPT swinging hard right out of the gate. Ugh.
Sounds like.
Well, I will say this: Colts I think they have a big negative impact on religion as a whole. Like that's the biggest thing. Like when you put in somebody with religious like leadership, like it has a big impact on like why people don't associate themselves either with a church or a religion.
False teachers for sure. But honestly, I think Pharisees are just as bad for us. The people who are in church but aren't living like Jesus, aren't loving like Jesus, those people are just as dangerous to the church. And the difference is you can spot a wolf a lot easier than you can spot a lame sheep.
Ooh, that's some hard words.
I hate saying it, but it's true.
Well, you don't hate saying it because it's true. You would hate to say it because it's like a fact. Like it's true because that's why you have to say
it's true.
Yeah,
but I do have to say it.
But like ChatGPT asked me to, and it was very like longed out, so I kind of dumbed it down. So it's just asking like, can America be proud of what they've done with their prison system, and can they rely that based on their recidivism staying the same over so long, or if they don't go up, they stay the same?
Golly, ChatGPT. Good Lord.
So like Billy, hey, you haven't been in the prison system for a while, so like so much has changed since you've been gone. Like he used to be a corrections officer. Let's dial that.
Yeah, let's
put that on
Billy was not
point blank.
Prison. Billy is
He may have been an ICP lover, but he was not in prison. Love you, Billy.
Statistically, it's. I could see how you would make that correlation, but
STG.
Hey, by the way, Bobby, go back and clip you spitting whiskey out. I think that's worth clipping that.
Oh, 100%.
But no, what do you think our problem is in America with why we have either a stagnant recidivism rate, or why does it get bigger? I have my thoughts.
So, as much good as the prison system tries to rehabilitate,
nice word.
There's a lot of things that just get taken advantage of, where the ones, instead of getting rehabilitated, are finding it easier to be able to come to prison, get out, still do the same stuff, and it doesn't matter if they go back in. Because, I go back in and I go right back into where I was at in whatever status, and if they can't make it outside of the fence, they can definitely make it inside the fence.
So I want to feed off of your rehabilitation, right? So like I agree that as much as we can do, but like I also first I think it needs to start with people who, if you want to change, you can change. But like I think that's very few and far in between with people, and that's just an opinion. If you don't want to change, you're not going to change. We can't do that for you. I don't think anybody in the Department of Corrections across the United States or any other country can do that. So with that being said, I will say this. I think that the state of Kansas, because I've only worked here, I think that we almost kind of set them up for failure by giving them, we have to post everything. So you can't do this or you can't do that. You have to post that. And if you don't post it, then it's not a rule or whatever it is. We don't walk around society with signs that say, hey, you can't wear your shirt or you can't not wear a shirt in this place, or you can't go into Walmart naked. We just know that to be the way that you're supposed to attack going into the shopping store. I'm just saying, I'm using that as an example.
I'm pretty sure Walmart
there
has
is
no shirt.
right. But what I'm saying is that we don't see that everywhere like we do in the prison. So restricted area, we see stop signs, but that's a traffic sign. We know that to be slow down or stop or whatever. Prisons, if it's not written down, then if it's not posted on the wall and you can't see that, or an inmate can't see that, then it's not a rule. That's how it was. Now it's kind of dumbed down to where now it's all electronic. So if they've never read it in their rule book, then it's not a rule. So they use that against the system and they try to benefit from it. And that's the biggest thing. I think it's almost like you're raising kids and you're giving them a guideline of what they can and can't do, almost like a sticker chart. And that's the biggest thing. The prison does sticker charts without using stickers. And that sticker chart is either a good job, or they get put in a specific cell house or under a specific custody level. That's their sticker chart that they get to, I guess, show off to the world or to the population. But then you have if we have a program going on, they get the right to go to all of those programs that they have the right to. They don't have to make a decision on which one they should go to. Kind of like how if the gym is closed here in Hutchinson, Kansas, and yet I still need to go to, say I want to go to church. If they want to go to church, they also have the chance to go to the gym, even though the gym would be closed to them because they chose to go to church. We have to make that an opportunity for them at all times. It's not a choice. And I think they need more choices. They have to make a choice from either doing this or that. They don't get both. Because we don't get both. If we don't have time to do something, we can't do it. Right?
Yeah.
And that's where we set people up for failures, that we've done all this stuff for them and we've set them up on a schedule. And when they get out, they don't get that schedule. They don't have this path to walk on because they know this is what's coming. It's very organized and very what's the word that I'm trying to use? Repetitive. It's very repetitive. It never changes. And if it changes, it's 30 days before that change happens. We actually have to notify them. That way they're mentally ready for it, and they don't and nobody expects any type of other change other than that to happen. So when a change happens, it's a pretty big thing. So if they change the time of something. So I think our biggest thing is that we set them up for failure by allowing them to get everything that they're supposed to have, but they need to make a choice from either be right or wrong, or to do what they want to do or what they can do, if that makes sense. That was a long riff.
That's okay.
I don't know how Billy feels.
So I would ask, just from what I know, have you guys heard of any other reform systems from other countries? And what's your take on what you've heard from other countries as far as like what you think might be more effective? What, are we more effective than other places? Like, I'd imagine, our prison system's probably better than Russia, right? Like
Russia's inhumane. Like,
yeah,
Russia is inhumane
to
the
the
point where
at. Like
you can't justify treating a human being like that, because that's not going to like rehabilitate them. That's only going to make them worse.
Right.
So if they do get out, like,
they're a feral animal.
You've ruined that human being from the second that they get out. Almost like a dog. So if like you have to build a dog back up that's been beat all their life.
So
like,
then are there any that you've heard of that you think could be more effective?
It's not that I think that something could be more effective. It's like Texas is known for their prison system. Texas has always been known for their prison system, and like people that complain about the prison system in Kansas, like they've never been to another state. So like, what do they have to base it off of? And that's the thing that I've seen. Like they're like, oh, this place is too strict, blah 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 blah. Like Hutch being where me and Billy have worked, and I still work there. Like Hutch is known for being the most strict prison in the state of Kansas. It always has been. Like we say what we mean, and we mean what we say. Like, if no means no to us. And if we allow you to do something, it's because you've proven to us that like you can handle that as a human being. Like I give my guys choices. So you can either go to guard, or you can either go to guard at this time, or you can go to guard at this time, and that's it. You don't get to choose. You don't get both. Like I've lived with that. Like if I wanted to do sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I need to choose something, if I want to do sports, I have to do certain things. So I either have to pass my classes, or I have to do, like, whether it be if it was chores, I would have to do my chores. Like with them, it doesn't matter their grades, but if they do their chores, they can still go. So like I make it a point to where if you're not doing right in your job, or say you got a DR, then I'm not going to let you go out for activities.
Okay.
Like you should be.
So you use basic discipline.
Well, yeah, without being inhumane. Right. Like if you want to do something, you need to show me that you want to do it, because you're just going to quit. And if you quit, I remove you from the program completely, and you can't go after that program again for another year.
Are there, both of you having worked at the same place, are there any systems like within Hutch Prison that you felt like helped, that you felt like were positive in reducing the recidivism, that return rate of individuals who are incarcerated?
Since I'm not in security anymore, I can't really say, because I don't see the recidivism as bad.
Sure.
Like, because I don't see everybody like necessarily face to face, so I can't say that. But when I was an officer, I could say that like we do have classes and opportunities for them to build skills, and I think the skill set of when they come in, if they don't take part in any other thing that's going to build their skills as a human being, they're just going to leave as the same person than when they came in. So that's where they would fail. So like if they don't sign up for classes, or if they're not made to do these specific skills or classes,
so what kind of classes?
They're just going to be the exact same person. Oh, well, like now we've got college courses to like either be a plumber or to be somebody productive
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, and it was way better back in the day, because they had a lot more money coming in for the inmates to do this. But the way it is now is that like we're giving them tablets now, and I don't find that to be a bad thing, but I find it could be a bad thing, just like with kids. If you give them too much time and freedom on a specific electronic device, or a time within the prison, like if they always want to be out at yard, then they're always going to be out at yard. If they're always going to want to be on that, if they have the chance to always be on a tablet, they're always going to be on a tablet. So when they get out, what are they going to do? They're just always going to be on a tablet. So like restrictions, I think, are the biggest thing. If you can show them that life isn't like this when they get out, then I think they're going to know a little bit more when they get out. So if you come in and you build some skills, and then when you get out, you kind of have an idea of what you could do to make money when you get out. A lot of those guys end up homeless, and then they come back because they don't have any skills. So I don't know what it was. Oh, go ahead.
That's why I think like the work release program they were doing for a while, helps these people start making money, but they make them save it also for when they get out. They can rent an apartment for a few months until they get on their feet. And a lot of times out of work release, they're staying on those jobs that they were working out of work release.
Steady income coming in right out of the gate. Yeah.
Correct. I think things like that help people stay.
Practical stuff that gives them the tools and the skills to better their life one step at a time. Is that what you would say? Kind of.
Yeah, we lost your camera, Josh.
What?
You lost your camera.
That just means the feed went down a little bit. I'm good on my end, so you know how it works.
But I agree with that. But like what Billy said, like the work release program they had, we don't have it no more. Like they have certain places that we send inmates to work and earn money, but like if they don't,
they took that away.
Well, we don't have a work release unit like we used to at South Unit. One whole side of South Unit, which was the annex, used to always be like pure work release. So we would send people out to outside industry jobs like Sonic, the airport, and all that stuff. That was work release. Now we just have one place.
I worked with a bunch of work release guys at Chili's when I worked there for a little while. And yeah. So I like experience.
I mean, they're great workers. They're great workers. They're some of the best workers we ever that you can find that. Me and Josh worked at Subway with a couple of
them. Dude, they were awesome.
One thing that I've noticed with that program and working with those guys at Chili's is the management at those places feeling like, I'm assuming like sorry or bad for these guys. They gave them a lot of breaks, right? So they would tell the prison that these guys were working 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but from noon to 1, maybe 11 to 3, they just sat in the lobby, played on phones, did all that stuff, and they didn't have to work. The prison left them there because they were scheduled from.
I wonder if that's a communication thing between a facility and a workplace. Like, I wonder if that's. I don't know. Like, I don't see why you would like. Because at Subway we didn't have that problem. I mean, yeah, they did stupid stuff like when they were at the place. Like, I'm sure all of them smoked. I'm sure all of them talked to people.
Didn't our dude get fired because he had sex in the walk-in?
Yeah, he had sex in the walk-in fridge, and then the other one.
That's it happened. Like
both of them actually had sex in the walk-in. You remember the guy that always told me about putting lemon in the water? Kevin.
Oh God.
You remember Kevin?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen he's came back a lot. Like even me as an activities guy, he's came back into the facility a ton, and so. That right there should show you that like we're not rehabilitation is the ultimate goal of prison, 100%. But it's also they call it that it's not supposed to be punishment, but it's timeout. It's a long-term timeout for somebody who broke the law. That's what it is. And if we keep treating it like almost like if we keep treating it like a daycare, we're not going to lower the recidivism rate at all. And that's what we've almost turned it into is like a day. Everybody jokes about it, but that's what it is. You're babysitting somebody from not fighting, having sex, or running away. That's all it is. A lot of people that me and Billy worked with there, they called it the 3 Fs: effing, fighting, or fleeing. So I mean, if that's your baseline of what you're stopping and preventing, then maybe you need to change like what it is that we need to stop doing. Maybe we should stop them from relying on us to tell them when they need to go to work. They need to set an alarm and then, hey, I need to go to work. Okay, I'll let you out. If you don't tell me, then you didn't go to work, and maybe you get fired. Stop teaching them that like life is gonna hand you everything and like tell you, hey, this is when you need to be here. You have to do that all by yourself when you get out. That was longer than I wanted to talk. Jesus. Hey, Josh, what was the best first date you ever been on? Other than your wife. Like your wife, you have to say that you've always been on the best first date. But what was the best date that you planned?
The best first date I've ever been on.
That you planned.
That you
planned, not with a human being.
Oh, God.
But what was the best date that you planned, and what did you do other than go to a movie?
how have I wowed a girl? A first date, that's the problem. A first
Not wower. No. I'm not saying that like the best first date like
what
with
was
a
the
human.
best
I'm saying
first date?
what was the funnest? Like what was the funnest like the funnest stuff you did, whether it be going with laser tag,
It
I
wasn't
don't know, paintball.
it wasn't a date. How you said it can't be with Heather. Dang it. We weren't dating at
No,
the
it can't
time.
be.
Does that count? We were just friends.
So how can you call it a date?
Because it felt like a date, the way I tortured her. It was a fun story. You want to hear it?
How do you get your girls, man? That's some shady stuff.
Bro, girls don't.
Put the lotion in the basket or what?
No, so we went for senior skip day at Ozark Christian College. We went to the paintball place there in Joplin, and we all played big group paintball battle. 30 plus of us. Okay, college students, all of us goofing around. I'm on one team. Heather's on the other team. And I definitely shot her in the face twice, and then in the back once, and in the leg once.
With a paintball.
With a paintball.
Let's specify that. He shot her with a paintball.
My favorite shot was my
I saw BJ's face. He's like,
which was she's in the second floor of a tower. I'm in the bottom, looking up, like trying to move into the building. And I'm just in a little outpost, and she and two other people are firing down on me in this little outpost. I pop a couple of shots up there and get them to back off, and then I just kind of line up my scope, like line up my thing, and I'm ready to drop 3. If you know what I mean, like just let gravity do work and drop 3 top to bottom, to where if they peek their head out at all, it's hitting them. Sure enough, the moment I pop it up and get ready, she sticks her head out. I fire, and as soon as she turns her head, I mean, as soon as she's in the window, paintball right to the mouthpiece, paint splattered all in her mouth wide open. Is she just eating paint?
What color was the paint?
Eating paint, green paint, eating green paint. It was the best date ever. And I married the woman. She still married me after all that. How crazy.
Whose idea was it to go paintballing?
Huh?
Whose idea was it to go paintballing?
Well, it was the whole school. Like, that's what we were all doing for skip day. There's just a big group of us all going.
Ruthless.
It was great. We may have actually been dating at the time. I take that back. We may have actually been dating.
So mean.
Your memory is terrible.
It was so fun. She loved it. She had a good time. She's good.
Like in the mouth with the paint.
You've played games with
Shot
that
to the
girl.
mouth
You know
with
how
paintball.
competitive she is. That you knew.
Hit you at all.
You know she wanted that competition. She wanted that smoke. Absolutely.
Did she get you at all?
No, God no. Are you kidding me? I run circles around that girl.
Oh my.
She can't hit me.
What is it that she's better at than you?
Bowling,
except for cracking.
tennis,
Munchkin,
certain board games,
trivia,
bedroom stuff,
pop culture trivia, probably.
Don't put them playing a game together because they team up because he don't like to get.
It's kind of vicious when we team up. Like,
remember that last time we played trivia at Bobby's house, and I almost beat Josh in a trivia game.
Oh, that was when was that?
Remind me
That was
of those
really
trivia
cool.
questions again. Remind me of those trivia questions again.
We played trivia at my house.
It was the what was that trivia game?
I don't know.
Damn it!
It was a game, like a board game.
Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I guess my memory's not the greatest.
It was.
Oh wait, was that when my mom passed, or a year after my mom passed, and Josh and Jordan came back for the memorial?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Yep.
And I was like really close to beating Josh, and then I lost.
Almost.
Fucking heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
So close.
Like, what kind of trivia questions were they, though? That's the question, because if they have anything to do with stuff outside of like pop culture, then Josh takes the cake. But like pop culture, Josh is a little slow on.
A little bit.
Well, it's like the one you get to pick or whatever, right? You get to pick the
Well,
category.
Trivia Pursuit is like, yeah, if you draw the car, if you land on that category color, and you have to get a color of each category.
Yeah, I almost beat Josh.
Almost.
I lost, but I almost beat him.
Almost. A lot of people.
Could you beat him?
That's a win to me. All right.
If all the categories were like science, you wouldn't win. If all the categories were math, you would
be all right in science. I would be really good at math.
I don't know if you're going to compare to Joshua.
We need to do. We need to play a game of like Jeopardy on here or something. That would be fun.
I ain't playing those. I'm not broadcasting Jeopardy.
Come on.
I am not
broadcasting.
What's that?
Not having it.
What'd you say, Billy?
I said it would be, what is Bobby loses?
I love it. Here, BJ, here's what we'll do. We'll pre-show. We'll put on some games pre-show because I've got my my sidekick set up. So we could put on like Family Feud or something like that, and get people to like have the players take a survey or have the wrestlers take a survey, and we could have survey says according to the wrestlers. That'd be fun, dude. Yes. On October 21st, 2023, join HCW for an electrifying night of action at Heartland Championship Wrestling's Wake the Dead. The event will be at Osage Recreational Center in Wichita, Kansas. Get ready for a spine-tingling experience like no other. During the Wake the Dead event, prepare to witness not one, but two epic fatal four-way matches that will have you on the edge of your seat from bell to bell, y'all. Listen up. Match one, let me tell you, it's going to be phenomenal. It's the Spotlight Logan Knight versus the international superstar Franco Varga versus the Carnivore Remington Roar versus the Thorn in Billy's Side. Yes, I specifically have that written. The Thorn in Billy's Side. Red James. Now, the way this works, it's a fatal four-way. So how that works, the first person, all four in the ring, all at the same time, the first to pin another opponent will then move on to the main event of the evening and face the winner of Bobby. Hit him.
Match two will be now. Mr. Simmons back there is holding the title of which the winner of both of these matches will actually face against, and he can quote me or he can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe his name is the Bastard King of Suffering, Chris Vale. Is that correct? Bastard King of Suffering. I was way wrong. All right. Versus the Ace of Blades, Ricky Wingrave. Versus Director's Cut, Dutch McLean. Versus the illustrious one, Ray Leone.
That was, I mean, that delivery was okay, but really, if you're going to say Ray Leone's name, it's the illustrious.
I don't want to give him too much crap because he wrote down way too much shit for me to read that last time. That was a pain in my ass.
You better get used to that.
Get it?
Hey, well,
the illustrious one. He's illustrious, man. There's a lot you gotta say.
But that's not all, Joshua. But that's not all. And like we said before, the winner of these, both of these two matches are going to face off for the title that Mr. Simmons, the owner of HCW, will be. And I will actually put that in full view when I go to edit, so that way everybody can see it. But also, for people who will be coming to HCW, Wake the Dead, get your costumes ready. Because HCW will be hosting a thrilling costume contest where you can showcase your creativity and have a chance to win premium tickets to the Leavenworth show in November. And what's the name of that show again? Fall what?
What's up?
Fall Fury.
Fall Fury in Leavenworth.
The Leavenworth show.
So be sure to connect.
November.
What's up? November 4th.
November 4th, y'all.
That one would be premium tickets to the next Wichita show.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
when you said
sense.
next
Makes
show, I
sense
assumed
not
it was
having
that
them
one.
drive up to Leavenworth.
That would be better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Correct.
Okay.
Hear that? If you're in Wichita, you get premium tickets to the Wichita show.
And the premium tickets will get you into the next November show in Wichita, right?
Correct.
December.
Okay.
December show?
No.
I thought it was
11th.
November. The end of November. Oh, middle?
Yeah. November 11th.
We ain't talking about it.
November 11th.
Oh, okay. November 11th. Be sure to connect with HCW on all social media platforms to stay updated on all your latest news and updates. They also post behind-the-scene information, like videos posted in from the wrestlers against their opponents and stuff like that. So don't miss the heart-pounding excitement, incredible athleticism, and unforgettable moments at Heartland Championship Wrestling's Wake the Dead. Get your tickets now and be part of this unforgettable wrestling extravaganza. Use hashtag WakeTheDeadHCW on all Facebook and social media platforms. Dang. Go ahead with that. Go ahead with that exclusive match announcement.
All right, y'all.
Joshua Davis.
We have got exclusive news. That means you are not going to hear this anywhere else but right here on the Chubby Buddy podcast. At that Wake the Dead event, there is a special match going on. Osage Recreation Center, just a reminder, that is going to be Gideon Vale versus...
Vane.
What's up?
Gideon Vane.
Vane. Oh,
Vane.
I can't read.
Gideon
Vane. Sorry. Gideon Vane versus Pierce Price. Gideon Vane versus Pierce Price. Billy, give us a little bit of rundown.
I didn't see any of them wrestling.
So, Pierce Price has been around for a long time. He came up in Amarillo, Texas. He's one half of the Knockout Kings.
Okay, I thought I recognized this dude.
They were together as a tag team, so half of the old Knockout Kings.
Y'all, okay,
tough individual.
I know who my pick is for this because I love Pierce Price. Okay, the Knockout Kings. I can't wait to see him solo, man. Those two put on a great match every time I watch them. Oh, heck yeah. Let's go.
Okay? Gideon Vane is not a slouch.
No.
Multi-champion in many different companies. This dude is 6'6", weighs 266.
Just a mammoth of a man.
Listen, this match is going to be a banger. I just put this match together 3 days ago. So y'all are
co-main event.
That's exciting. Okay, so here's my question, B, and I'm gonna just throw it out there because I'm a critical thinker. Okay, I like Pierce Price, but the way you describe Gideon Vane, my question is this: does Pierce have enough solo experience to beat him? I mean, this guy champions in several different organizations and dominating places. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, Pierce. I'm just...
Most of what you've known about Pierce Price was the fact that he's from the Knockout Kings, right? But what you don't understand is Pierce not only was from the Knockout Kings, but Pierce was a top of Texas heavyweight champion.
Okay, that's good to know. So Pierce is also a solo champion.
Solo champions at different places before. He is not currently.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because currently, he's a big, ugly masked dude by the name of Blade that is the top of Texas.
Oh, gosh. Somebody get that title off of that ugly nut.
I mean, I hear there's a match coming pretty soon, so that'll be a good.
That's exciting to hear about.
But
man, this is exciting. Gideon Vane, massive monster of a man. Pierce Price, clearly one of the best with the Knockout Kings. A great solo career, too, apparently. Looks like they're about to duke it out, and we're the winners of this match no matter what, because this is going to be a great friggin' match. So let's go.
So is this going to be the co-main event, Billy?
I'm not sure where it's going to be on the card right now. Moving pieces around with a little bit of the change I had to do. But it'll be something like the card itself is fantastic. So wherever it goes, it's not going to be a bad spot.
Bro, if this card is anything like the last one, from what I hear, this could be the opener and still knock the doors down. These cards are phenomenal. I'm pumped. How did you pull off arranging not one but 2 fatal 4-ways in a night?
Well, you know. Anytime there's big fatal 4-ways matches like that, he's gonna look at me stupid because he knows it's gonna cost us extra money.
That's right.
When you put together a championship tournament, when you put together a match that you are making for the most prestigious belt, not only for Heartland Championship Wrestling, but in my opinion, for all of Kansas, and you put that belt on someone, you want multiple people to have the opportunity to get there.
Yes, sir.
So I picked 8 of the best I knew, threw them in one match, and said, you know what, guys, go after it.
I'm just saying.
So we're going to see.
Bill, you're setting the bar nice and high right up here, man. People are going to be expecting greatness every time they come to an HCW show. I hope you're prepared.
Listen, if each show doesn't get better than the last show, then I'm not doing my job.
There you go, baby. There you go. I like it. I
like to give credit where credit is due, so I will point this out, okay? This show that I went to, the very first HCW show that I was a part of, it's uncomparable. Like, I went to an Amarillo show, right? And it was awesome. Like, there was so many people. Texas, wrestling is huge in Texas, just like all other sports. I got a total different vibe at HCW's event in Wichita. It felt like it was Texas times 10.
Oh.
I don't know if you felt that, but Josh, you know how many people were there. Yeah. You and I both went to the Amarillo show and I don't even know which one it was. It's been a minute. No, it was like it was Jordan and Jordan Rivers, and then you also had Key and what's his face. It was their it was their first match together as a tag team.
Nice.
It was that long ago.
Yeah, if that doesn't take you back and make you feel old, Billy, I don't know what will.
Every time I stand up.
And one more question. I want you to, I guess, clear up a debate that Josh and I had. There was a guy at the Amarillo show. Mm-hmm. Who is it that was the owners? Was it the guy that they had lift up the middle rope for? I forgot his name. Or was it the guy that was known for giving good chops? The young kid that was almost like they were hoping for him to make it huge and be an WWE by now.
Bryce Payne. Yep.
Okay.
So
he wasn't the owner.
The owner of ACW, Amarillo Championship Wrestling, was Bryce Payne.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the show y'all went to.
No. But we knew Bryce
there was this
Payne,
young kid.
And we were talking
there was this young kid giving chops. Making people cough up blood from the chops.
Yeah, that was Bryce can chop. Listen, Bryce.
And he owned it then?
What's up?
And he owned it then?
I don't know if he owned it when y'all come up.
He owned ACW, but he ACW wasn't putting on the show that we were down there for. Right. Bryce and all of the ACW crew were part of that show, and that's why we were down there.
Got you. Okay. So the people that ran that building, it was a son and a dad, right?
I think you're talking about when Tony Jr. and his dad.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, because he got in trouble. He got in trouble like weeks before we came down there for making he was getting one-on-one with some of the fans, and they didn't like it too much. It was a while ago. It was that long ago. It was crazy.
My memory don't remember.
Bro, no kidding, Bobby. How did you
Maybe I should have drank more as a high school.
You're full of memories. I'm like, oh man,
Bobby
that could have been when.
The way Bobby has these memories pop up, I'm just like, where is that stored at?
I don't know. I also remember that we went to Denny's afterwards.
It doesn't surprise me that you remember where we went to eat.
Sure,
that's Chubby Buddies to a T, baby.
Well, that is HCW, ladies and gentlemen. And Billy, do you have any last words for maybe somebody who's wanting to come see a show or what to expect?
Man, come out, have fun, be loud. It's good 2.5, 3 hours of entertainment for a decent price.
The whole family.
And all the guys out there are gonna go out and bust their tails and really try to make you have a good time at that.
They'll make you believe it's so good. It's so good. We have blast with that.
But who would the families be? So, like, you'd have two families.
Wrestlers and pixelate their pictures and see if people can guess who the wrestler is as we unpixelate the picture.
It'd be the Chubby Buddies versus.
But that wouldn't be Family Feud.
I said all sorts of games. I have my sidekick app that allows us to play all sorts of games. Because, you know, apparently, Bobby, you have something you still have to tell me about our role on November 4th.
Our role?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it, and I brought it up to BJ, and he said he was cool with that.
We talked a little bit about it. We talked a hair about it. Like, this hair right here, we talked that much about it.
Hey, be glad that at least we talked about it, and we didn't just show up and then got handed notes about, hey, you need to say, let's talk about this, and let's talk about this. We still got like 3.5 weeks, bro.
Shot over the bow, Billy. Did you hear it?
We got a week, Bobby.
Did it whiz past?
I'm just saying. Like, I brought it. Hey, I want to know about early shit, so I bring it up. That way I can prepare. And that's why I did it. So you're welcome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I am excited, though.
Are you still cool with that, Billy?
Yeah. The Chubby Buddies announcing for Heartland Championship Wrestling. Let's go, baby.
What's Jordan going to do if he's there?
Oh.
Ooh, let's get him dressed up with, like, round height number cards, and he has to be on the ring. He has to be like a ring, not a ring girl, but like each round he has to, or each fight he has to fight one. Match one, match two.
I like it. He can just strut around and like, no,
miss you, Jordan.
He'll be our. Hang on. Match. Help me find something wrestling related
GPT it
that rhymes. No. Help me figure this out.
Oh, okay.
He needs to be like, we need to dress him in like cargo shorts and New Balance shoes and like a tank top and like have him be like our Matt dad or something like that. And he's just out there in like dad clothes.
Ring King.
The Ring King. I love it. That's it. Our Ring King. That's it, Bobby. Way to go. And he's just out there holding up signs. How's it going, guys? He's got a beard. Anderson.
What if Jordan is the guy that opens the rope so y'all can get in?
I like it.
For the bell ringer. The bell ringer.
Oh, that's good.
We need a little more wrestling bell.
Need a little more.
Well, hey,
bell.
Do we want to ask, or do we want to ask ChatGPT a question, or do we want to
ask ChatGPT
move on
some
to
questions?
Sports? Like what?
I don't know. Daniel, come up with some questions. What should we ask ChatGPT for us? What do we want to know?
The greatest American sport.
Ooh.
It's a sport question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I like it.
What NFL football team is better?
Ooh.
Oh, it won't do it. It won't do it. It won't do it that way. Trust me, I've tried it.
Have you? Dang.
It won't.
Okay.
I haven't tried it with that team, but like when I do, like why is the Chiefs better than this? And it gives it's a very opinionated and it's not opinionated. All it does is it says that both teams will need to succeed offensively, blah 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 blah. But
it gives you a filler line.
Patrick Mahomes has been so that's a pointless one. But no, like a debate question is really what you would want to know. Who's the greatest football team in NFL history? That would be a question it could give you.
Okay.
Maybe. Let's try it.
I got the answer. As an AI, I don't have personal opinions.
Okay.
That's what it said.
Of course. Of course.
Deciding which of the team is better, the Miami Dolphins or the Kansas City Chiefs, can be subjective and depends on various factors such as recent performance, competition, coaching staff, blah 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 blah. Boring.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bunch of filler talk.
ChatGPT is not like the greatest at everything, but they have it. It's scary how good it is.
Too chicken to make a decision.
Like, listen to those ad reads. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
now.
those ad reads were something special.
For what? What do you say?
Okay. Let's ask ChatGPT what the ultimate quarterback looks like.
What does the ultimate football quarterback
Mad I took mine down.
look like?
Intrigued.
All right, here we go. The ultimate football quarterback is a subjective concept, as different people may have different criteria for what makes a quarterback ultimate. However, some common traits often associated with an exceptional quarterback include this: accuracy, decision-making, arm strength, football IQ, leadership, poise, mobility, work ethic, adaptability, and durability. Sounds like a cult right here. Like that's like
Tom Brady to me.
It's like a cult leader. It's like a cult leader. That's a cult leader right there.
He's got to be able to make clutch plays.
Let's Google what makes an ultimate cult leader and see if it comes up with the same stuff.
Okay, there's that crossover. We had no idea what's coming. What makes an effective cult leader? Oh no!
What makes a cult leader effective?
Their charisma is high.
Cult leaders often
they're sports.
Effective cult leaders.
Their religious IQ
possess
is high.
a combination of traits and tactics that can influence and manipulate their followers. Some key factors include charisma, manipulation, deception, isolation, mind control, exploitation, fear and intimidation, group dynamics. Isn't that the back asswords of isolation?
I got a different result. You want to hear
I'm
mine?
gonna hear Daniels. Let's hear it.
While I cannot endorse or support the harmful practice associated with cults,
what app are you using?
I can provide.
Is that the leftist GPT?
No,
I can provide you your answer to your question. It's important to remember that healthy leadership is based on ethical principles and promotes the well-being of individuals. However, if you are interested in understanding the qualities that some individuals might exploit to become influential in a cult-like setting, here are some characteristics: charisma, manipulation,
so that's all mine,
and influence, charismatic authority, exploitation, groupthink. It is crucial to emphasize that these qualities are not indicative of ethic leadership or healthy influences. Cults can cause significant harm to individuals and should be approached with caution and skepticism.
What are you using?
Next episode, episode 43.
What is yours?
Episode of the 43 of the Chubby Buddies podcast, How to Be a Cult Leader.
Oh, no.
I'm just using ChatGPT.
Are you using ChatGPT?
But what was your question? Because my question was different.
Yeah.
I said what makes a cult leader. That's how I asked.
I said what makes a cult leader effective. So my word effective is in a different spot of your question.
Yep.
So it's going to give a different answer each time. Like I bet you if I asked it 100 times, I bet you we get probably 50 different answers. And if you combine all those 50 answers, it's going to all amount to be the exact same answer.
If you bundle them.
Scary. Hey, Billy, what do you want to ask ChatGPT about wrestling or, I don't know, like what should a main event be? Or like what is a good, let's see here. What is a good trait of a main event in wrestling? How's that?
Good trait of a main event wrestling.
And then we'll see if your answer DQ. What makes a main? How about what makes a main event in wrestling unique?
How about
what would be a good storyline for a championship match?
Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
a wrestling storyline.
Yeah,
a wrestling.
What if
storyline?
Hang on, I got a storyline. Are you ready? What if Blade had a brother who he was responsible for that brother dying in a fire when he was younger, and then we bring that brother back, like with a mask on too, so that they, you can differentiate the two, and like we have them fight against each other. That's never been done, right? We can totally do that.
All right, here you go, Billy. Here's the question: a wrestling storyline, a good wrestling storyline, or what? Or how about a unique wrestling storyline? Unique wrestling storyline for a championship match. Is that how?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. All right, the title of the match will be The Battle of the Elements, Clash of Champions. In this unique wrestling storyline, two charismatic wrestlers, Inferno and Frostbite, will compete for the championship in a match that embodies the elements of fire and ice. Whoa, this is getting creepy because Josh talked about fire. Here's how the storyline unfolds. Character development. Inferno is a fiery, passionate, and relentless wrestler known for his fiery promos and explosive in-ring style. Frostbite is a cold, calculated, and mysterious character who seldom speaks but excludes an icy...
Philip versus Jay.
Holy shit.
Right?
Enigmatic presence. Enigmatic presence. So, build up. Over several weeks, Inferno and Frostbite engage in a series of confrontations and psychological battles.
Yeah, we all
Inferno taunts Frostbite for his icy demeanor, while Frostbite remains composed and never breaks. Elements of the match. The championship match is set inside a specially designed arena divided into two sections, one half with blazing pyrotechnics and fiery visuals for Inferno, and the other half with frosty effects and cold aesthetics for Frostbite.
Bro, you gotta run
a lot of money.
Snow machine and a pyro stage right next to each other. How much money does ChatGPT think you have?
All right, let's start over. A low budget, unique.
Okay, here we go. All these version of wrestling.
All these versions.
Low budget championship match storyline.
How about the unique wrestling character? How's that?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Right,
a unique wrestling character background.
Wrestling character background.
If it gets Frostbite or Inferno again,
I'll be good. What? Certainly. How about a wrestling character with a unique background? The name: Quantum Quake.
Ooh, I like it.
Background: Quantum Quake was a brilliant
pro wrestling.
Hey, hush.
Yeah, this is like some video game wrestling.
Just think, man. You
background: Quantum Quake.
Absolutely, I love it. I'm already building on.
Quantum Quake was a brilliant physicist who discovered a way to manipulate space-time. What kind of wrestling are they watching?
I
over there,
love this character. He was made for me. Keep going.
His signature moves. Check this out. His signature moves: time warp suplex, reality shatter, gravity slam.
Dude,
this is such a Josh. Character.
I want to wrestle under this name. I wanted to.
Oh, here's an entrance for him.
Think about
here's
it.
an entrance.
Reverse suplex. You pick him up and then you jump. It's a front.
It tells me how. It tells me how it is.
But you make it.
It
look
tells
like
me Quantum Quake warp time to execute a devastating suplex that sends opponents through a temporal loop.
Send them through a temporal.
Here's the. It even gives the It even gives you an entrance idea. Quantum Quake enters through a swirling portal of distorted reality, leaving fans and opponents uncertain of what to expect. The character's unique powers and enigmatic personality would make for an intriguing addition to wrestling world.
Quantum Quake.
They think everybody that uses ChatGPT's got that Bill Gates money.
Bro, it does not calculate for a budget. That is for sure.
How about we get more specific and say, how about a wrestler from the Midwest with no money? A Midwest wrestler living in his car with his mom in his mom's driveway. Jeez Louise.
I asked it this question. I asked it, what would be a good entrance for a masked character called Blade, who is called the Midwest Monster?
Oh
gosh.
As the lights in the arena dim, a haunting silence falls over the crowd. Suddenly, a thick fog begins to crawl across the stage, engulfing the entire arena in an eerie mist. The sound of thunder rumbles from the speakers, shaking the very foundation of the arena. A
Brooks concert.
A solitary spotlight pierces through the fog, revealing a figure standing tall at the entrance. Dressed in a dark, ominous cloak.
Look at Billy. Look at Billy's face right now. He's like, "Oh shit! I think I got my new intro."
Look at him. He's like, "Okay." He's got his eyes.
Sounds like
Embezzled with the symbols of a menacing blade, the Midwest monster, known only as a blade, emerges from the shadows. As the crowd erupts into a mix of cheers and fearful anticipation, Blade strides forward with a purpose, each step presenting with power. The lights flicker, casting fleeting glimpses of the mysterious characters
walking out like a sumo wrestler.
The crowd is captivated, unable to tear their eyes away from the enigmatic.
Yeah, I've said it 3 times, unfortunately.
It uses it almost every time.
What's it mean, Josh?
Just means mysterious. Like enigma is a mystery. It's
enigma.
Enigma. Think
the Riddler.
There you go. Think of Edward Nygma, the Riddler.
With every footfall, the ground shudders beneath Blade's looming figure, as if the very earth trembles. Awe of the formidable force. The music swells, a dark, heavy melody that intensifies, the atmosphere matching the intensity of Blade's every movement. As Blade
sang by Marilyn Manson.
As Blade reaches the center of the stage, the fog dissipates, revealing a ring surrounded by electric cage, symbolizing the twisted battleground that awaits. With an unrelenting gaze fixed upon the opponent, Blade raises their arm, and the crowd roars as pyrotechnics erupt, sending sparks shooting into the air, casting an ethereal glow upon the Midwest monster. In that moment, it becomes clear to all that Blade is a force to be reckoned with. With a creature of darkness and power, the anticipation in the air is palpable. As the crowd braces themselves for the chaos and mayhem that will surely follow in the wake of the Midwest monster's entrance.
Pretty boss.
Some of that was cool. The rest of it was ran on, and it could have they could have cut that part out, and it would have sold Billy
for sure.
His face was drooling either from that blizzard or from the intro because
it's the blizzard.
Combination of both. Combination of both. It's got to be. What flavor you got there?
Cheesecake plain.
Oh,
strawberry cheesecake.
There you go. Smart choice. What?
My favorite that they had was the Nutter Butter. Was the Nutter Butter Blizzard? I would get Nutter Butter with extra Nutter Butter and Reese's.
Ooh, very nice.
And tear it up.
Very nice.
Cheesecake
or you could throw in maybe brownie batter. Ooh, that would be good.
It's not bad. It's
I'm not
bland.
Chocolate.
I hate chocolate ice cream. I don't eat chocolate.
So outside of we desperately need ChatGPT to understand we have a budget. That wasn't too bad, B. What was your thoughts on that?
It was kind of cool on some things, and some things
it took me back to Sting's entrance. Just
a lot Super Undertaker.
Yeah,
it reminded me of Uncle Howdy, where everything went all dark, and then there was just like a spotlight.
Kane was the all dark. Yeah, Kane was the all dark. Like when he enters the ring,
yeah,
and the
he's
fog
got that
dissipates.
organ burst though that just sounds so awesome with his.
Yeah,
seriously,
and then
his
the flames
music,
on all the.
And I'm so glad it never changed because that organ burst coming out just adds to the haunting effect of Kane's character. So good,
for sure.
The lights had a lot to do with entrances. A lot, like for wrestling, like
it's all
big
about setting a presence,
TV.
man. It's all about setting a presence.
If you could have your ideal intro, though, like what would it be, Billy? Like what would be but money's is no question. Like you have every dollar on the planet. What are you doing?
He just gave you it.
You could go bigger. You could. Yeah, are you going to do the half?
That was
two
the
rings.
Other point. What in the world?
That's it. You could really play into that electric fence thing.
No, you could not. That is a hazard as all get out, man.
Yeah,
man, you could do an electric cage.
I bet you Remington Roar would do it.
I bet you would.
Oh God,
he would.
Imagine electric
Get any ideas from this, please? No, nobody wants to see you suffer in that way. Besides, maybe
I got it.
He's got the match.
We're gonna take the cage. We're gonna electrify the cage, and then hang on. And inside, the ropes are gonna be barbed wire. They're not gonna be regular ropes,
bro.
Okay. And then there's gonna be 5 long tube light bulb tables. And we're going to call it the House of Death.
That is a House of Death, man. Only 2 men enter, only 1 person leaves.
But the ropes are loose so that when you hit them, you also hit the cage and get electrocuted through the bubble.
No, I hate it.
And it's going to be you.
No, sir. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did say I wanted to wrestle under that character in Persona, that Quantum Quake.
Nerd.
I don't want to wrestle that much under Quantum Quake.
And not Remington Rourke does that.
No, God, no. Roar would eat me alive. Are you kidding me? I would not make it out of a 5-minute match with Remington Roar. I guarantee it. I'd be crippled.
Listen.
Check this out. I was watching from literally like 10 feet away, watching them pull tables out from underneath, and some of those tables were a little questionable. I got up and moved back behind the tables of where everybody was watching. I was like, hell to the no. I was like, no. That table, like one of those tables, Billy couldn't see it from where I was at, but on the side that I was sitting on, dude, that table was questionable. Hella questionable.
Did somebody go through that table?
I'm surprised it had 4 legs.
Aaron went through 3 tables.
3.
That was wild, man.
Oh, it was wild.
Hey, Billy, do you want to comment on how accurate I've been on my picks in wrestling?
What accuracy?
Are you not aware that
with HCW or with all of everything that we've called?
Just
because we've only called 3 total.
I'm undefeated, baby.
2-0.
I'm 2-0.
But when you have who you have to choose from, and you can get, it's like picking the Chiefs versus the Broncos every game of the season.
No, how dare you? I will not allow you to insult the prodigy Aaron Helms and compare him to the garbage of the Denver Broncos. Okay, that man is like the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Chiefs. That was.
So you picked Remington Roar to beat Aaron Helms.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's good. What was the second match you picked?
I also picked.
Well, the very first one.
Yeah.
Was it was. Hold on, I'll tell you who it was because I have it right here. I don't have the guy he fought in the very first HCW show. Logan Knight versus the other one. It was Logan Knight's first match in HCW. It was whoever he was fighting.
Logan was fighting. Oh gosh, come on, JD. Who did Logan fight?
It was Chris Vale.
Was it Chris Vale?
Chris Vale versus Logan Knight?
No, it wasn't. Was it Vale?
I think it was Vale.
No.
It was Leavenworth. It was the Leavenworth show.
It was the real it's real.
The flamboyant one.
No, that's
Paradox?
Oh.
No, not Paradox.
Oh, no. That is Logan Knight. It wasn't Paradox. It was Logan Knight versus, I believe it was Chris Vale. It was Chris Vale.
You're killing me.
Chance Kerrigan. It was Chance Kerrigan.
Chance Kerrigan.
I said that 3 times, you dorks.
I can't hear
you so far away
you're
from
in the back, and Daniel doesn't have his mic up.
Now we can probably hear you better.
Much better.
But yeah, he's 2-0 in HCW, and then when we had
ice cream and beer, not a good idea.
No kidding, dude.
That's disgusting.
Ew. Cheesecake.
Okay,
and
beer. So what is yours this time? So you have to pick.
Hang on, that's not fair. This is a fair.
You got to pick 4 ways and the new match.
So not fair.
Oh,
hey, I can. Okay. I'm gonna pick the 4 ways. I'll pick the 4 ways. Okay, and Josh can pick the main event or the other one.
Pick count just for our exclusive. Okay, let me pick between between Gideon and Pierce. Okay.
But you don't even know Pierce that way.
What?
You don't even know them both that well.
You're right.
I want you to pick the 4-ways. Come on.
I got the 4-ways down. All
right.
Who do you think they are?
You make your picks, and then I'll.
Remington Roar versus Ray Leone in the main event.
Okay. Josh?
I think.
Oh, Ray Leone's going to hold up to a heavyweight, though. That's a big boy.
So hear me out.
He's going to get a pretty.
Only because I think he's sneaky. Hear me out. I think Red James wins. I don't know how he does it. I'm not saying by any means. I'm not saying Red James is the better wrestler. I wouldn't dare say that. However, he is a sneaky little trickster, and I think Red James wins the first one. Okay? But
Who's he pin?
Here's the thing. I think Rim probably. Here's my guess. Throwing it out there.
Did y'all watch it?
Wait. Here's a great finish in my head.
Wait 1 second.
Okay.
Did you watch the promo with Red James?
No.
I haven't yet.
So there was a promo that Red James put out about how he's teamed up with Logan and Franco before. So I feel like you're on to something.
Now, here's the thing. Logan and Franco are not giving up their shot at the title just to help out Red. No, what's going to happen is Red's going to cheat all of them because that's how Red operates, okay? He's going to cheat all of them. But here's what's going to happen. Rim's probably going to lay the hammer down on Logan or something like that and like land just a really powerful shot, but then get tied up with Franco outside or something like that, and Red's going to slide in and get the pinfall. Some nonsense like that. He's sneaky, y'all.
I think Red James is going to get yellow and run out of the ring when Remington and him are both standing there, and then all three of those guys will get counted out.
Oh, if Red James has the guts to stand toe-to-toe with Remington, I would be impressed. I don't doubt for a second. If it's Rem in the center of the ring and Red James is alone with him, Rem goes running. Or not Rem. I'm so sorry. Red James goes running. Red James goes running. Rem, I promise you would never go running. I'm sorry.
All right, so Bobby picked Rem to win that one, and you picked Red to win that one. So
only because I think Red's going to be sneaky. I think Red's going to pull off something sneaky, duplicitous, and get the
and I want you to note this: I've never made an opinion based choice about any match that we've ever done until now.
All right, so now the second match, Bobby's picking Ray between Ray, Dutch, Ricky, and Chris.
That looks like such a well-balanced fight, like between all of those guys. Like I have a feeling that's going to be such a fun fight to watch. I don't see a clear front runner in that. Now, with that said, Chris Vail puts on a pretty good show. Okay. I could see. I haven't settled on this. I could see either Chris Vail landing something good and getting a pinfall, or I could be with Bobby on this one that Ray Leone, just as I don't know if he's the most experienced of those guys, but he's got a lot of high end matches, a lot of cards he's done where he's high up on the card. He knows how to put on a great match. Say that again.
Chris Vail is the most experienced.
Okay. See, I thought that was the case. I thought Chris Vail was your most experienced out of that match. And he also... I'm going Chris Vail on this one.
Did you say overrated?
Huh?
He said over Ricky. Ricky Wingrave's been in for a little bit too, but
yeah,
Vail's been in a long time and went to Japan.
Yep. Oh, right. Hold on. Wait a minute. What if this ends up being Remington versus Vail? Japan versus Japan. Showcase of the show. Oh, this could be this is going to be the potential of all of these matches. Man, you have laid out such an exciting card. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait.
All right. So we got y'all's picks. Now, who do you think wins the main event of that show? Bobby, you first. So your
I'm
pick
gonna go
for Ray.
Remington.
Okay.
Chris Vail, Red James in the final match. I think Red James is sneaky. He ain't that sneaky. He ain't pulling one over on Chris Vail. Chris Vail wins it. He's the champ.
Now, hold on. It depends. Like, is it going to end this, or is it going to? Are we going to have the same type of finish to what ended up being the main event of the last show? Did Billy have to come out and change the stipulations? Because there's questions to that. Like, no DQs possible. What?
Well,
I mean, is the Prodigy going to get sour because Remington's in the ring? Is he going to come out? Huh? What's that?
Oh, I was just saying it's a title match. You can't have DQs. You got to have a winner, a clear winner.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, everything goes? That's the question.
I wouldn't. Well, that's a fair question. Billy, you got some questions to answer, bro. It is a title match, man.
I mean, I think the answer to this will only come until when we know who's in the main event. So if Remington versus Ray Leone is in the main event, I call Remington.
I think it's Chris Vail taking it this time around. Those are our picks.
Guess you have to come October 21st to find out.
Yeah.
I'll be there, Josh.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Guys, don't make
it. Hey, let's get into go ahead.
I was just saying, don't make it.
You're shooting another promo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
5 p.m., right, B? That's when VIP opens up.
Doors 5 o'clock?
Yep, 6 o'clock the bell rings, y'all. Don't miss it.
But hey, let's get into some sports topics. You know what? Now I'm going to ask ChatGPT the biggest sports topics of today. How's that?
I love it.
ChatGPT. Oh, wow.
What's the big deal in the sports world?
Big sports topics.
Taylor Swift.
Yes, sir.
Fuck no. It better not be.
Taking over NFL.
She is, dude. It's funny. I've heard so many complaints just about it, but it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Do you know how much their viewership went up?
I'm not as impressed with ChatGPT now.
Okay, what did it say?
What's the first
I don't have access to real-time information for the internet to provide current sports news.
Oh,
However,
that's true.
I can discuss major sports topics or answers questions you have up to my last knowledge of September of 2021.
Yeah, that's right. Its data isn't like current. So it can't give you any current.
Please feel free to ask about specific sports events.
Mine did not give me that answer. So my ChatGPT, they said, I don't know.
Said?
Oof.
It's a robot, dude.
Oof.
It's a robot.
Here are some sports news. The UEFA European Championship 2020 is underway with teams competing in the titles across multiple European cities.
2020.
Woohoo!
In tennis, I can't say Novak Djokovic won the singles at French Opening, defeating Stefanos Tsitsipas in a thrilling 5-set final.
That was all
basketball.
2020.
Progress with several teams beating out for a chance to advance.
Here's a good sports question.
Who's
better,
relevant,
LeBron or Jordan?
There you go. There's a great AI question.
Why would you ask that?
I already asked the question and it says
I already know that question.
Well, we all know
that
answer to that question, but go ahead, ask ChatGPT.
LeBron
James. Oh, that's right, Daniel. You are young and uninformed, aren't you?
LeBron has the most points ever scored in NBA history.
Congratulations.
He's also number 2.
Congratulations.
He's also number.
He'll never have the legacy. Like, he's not the clutch player that Jordan was.
What?
Rings.
This dude is
rings.
So much better.
Rings.
He has 2 more rings than him.
It's always rings.
What did you just say?
With the best football, with the best basketball player of the era on his team. Scottie Pippen was better than Jordan.
Bro, everybody knows that. Scottie Pippen was the best. He was the pass, like the rebounder, all of it. Like he was the guy.
Scottie Pippen was the better player on that team. That's why he has 2 rings more.
I don't know about that, but
who's LeBron James?
Scottie Pippen was the perfect number 2 to Jordan. That's the point. nobody could be a number 2 to LeBron. It's the LeBron show.
LeBron's the number 2, though. He's the passer. He's the rebounder.
Okay, maybe nowadays.
He's always been. That's why he's the number 2 leading assist person in the fucking world ever. He's number 2 in assist of all time.
Well, I mean, I will be fair. Nobody would ever call him Kobe when it comes to ball handling. Like, as far as ball holding, like Kobe always held the ball. Like, he wouldn't pass it. Like, nobody's ever accused LeBron of not sharing like Kobe. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, and LeBron played with Shaq too, and Shaq was a pissy at Kobe all the time for not sharing the ball.
Wait, what? When did they play at the Heat? I thought he left the Heat before he came.
They played for like
Shaq,
a little bit.
I thought Shaq went to the Heat after LeBron left, or vice versa.
Oh yeah, I think it was the other way.
They didn't ever play. I don't follow NBA, and I don't think they played. LeBron and Shaq play on same team. How many times did Shaq and LeBron play on the same team? Was Shaq on a same team with LeBron James? Prior to going to Cleveland and being with LeBron James, Shaq had been teammates with Penny Hardaway, Kobe Bryant, and Dwayne Wade. Ahead of 2009 to 2010, Shaquille O'Neal was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, where he teamed up with 25-year-old LeBron James. They never played in. I thought they played at the Heat, but that was when did they play together at the Cavaliers?
That's Shaq's
one season.
Year. But what I'm saying is, like, Shaq was notorious for complaining about Kobe not sharing the ball, like bad, but he never said that about LeBron. The GOAT.
Opinion. Right. Yeah, but there is no sports news other than NFL games. I mean, what do you know? The Eagles lost. What's up?
There is a lot of sports news.
What's the sports news, Daniel?
Well, I'm saying that ChatGPT can do
the best team in the NFL. Hashtag sports news.
Chiefs?
Huh?
What?
What's y'all's record?
What?
What's your record right now?
4-1.
5-1. Oh, 4-1.
What's your guys' record?
4-1.
Oh. No, we're 5-1 now too.
Yeah,
we're 5-1. I forgot about Denver. We just beat Denver. So, what's your guys' Super Bowl, like most recent Super Bowl?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't, because we're the reigning champs.
You know what?
That's right.
We are the reigning
current ring bearer.
Defending undefeated Super Bowl champions.
Ring bearers. Hey. 13-0 is a great season, man, and a lot of teams have had really good 13-0 seasons. So power to you. But none of them won a Super Bowl. Power to you.
I can only think of 2 other teams that went 13-0.
That line.
But none of
every
them.
time.
I'll prove you wrong. Patriots went 16-0 or 18-0 in the Super Bowl game.
They did not go.
And he said nobody was ever in the Super Bowl, and they were.
No, we said nobody won a Super Bowl.
I thought you said went to
a undefeated and won a Super Bowl
at the same time.
Eli Manning is the savior of
the
Miami Dolphins.
Eli Manning, the kid who would have been picked last every game, is every football fan's hero for ending the perfect season of the terrible Patriots.
Dude, I would have imagine Tom Brady had that accolade.
Bro.
God, I would be
make you gag.
Speaking of accolades, like I was watching a one of those clips like on YouTube, right? Of the Dan Le Batard show, I think it was. And he said that there's a stat in the NFL that nobody will credit Tom Brady for, but it needs to be credited to him, and nobody will ever break it. And that is Tom Brady never took a snap in his career in any game. Every snap that he went under center or he was back in shotgun, every single snap, he was never mathematics were never against him to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, he was never mathematically
never
eliminated.
statistically ever out of
He's never
playoff
in his
contention?
career. He was never never.
That's insane.
Nobody can ever take that.
That shit too.
A single,
I was like, what?
never a single time in his entire career.
Not one.
He was
not even 1/10% did he have anything against him to not go to the playoffs.
contention. That is
Because
wild.
the
Oh,
one
yeah.
time they didn't make the
was
playoffs.
the
Brady
year
was
that
out.
the year that they played the
That's right.
Chiefs' first game, and we hit him and
2004.
blew his knee out.
2004 broke his leg in the very first game of the season.
Tore his ACL. Yeah.
But every snap he took,
Golly.
the mathematics proved that if he was in the game, he had
That
every
is a
100% he was
crazy
in the playoffs.
statistic, man. That is a crazy statistic.
I guess you could say that's the only perfect statistic in the NFL.
Do you guys think he'll
He
come
went
back
to the
and coach
playoffs.
or anything like that?
No, he can't coach as an owner. He
1972,
can't coach as an owner.
the only perfect season.
What?
He
I'm
said
saying
that,
stat. Perfect stat. A perfect season isn't a stat. I'm saying a stat.
Pretty
like,
sure statistically,
he was perfect at it.
like a perfect record is a statistic.
Right, but I'm saying there's no chance that I'm saying like a stat like that right there is a perfect as a perfect season. As a perfect season, like you can't change that. Like he had like nothing could ever take. What's that?
What are you saying?
Nobody could break it, and nobody could break that stat.
nobody can
If you
break
think about it, I don't think anybody will ever break that stat.
Well,
Eddie
you
Mahomes
can
can
tie it, but you
He's
can't
a
break it.
100%. Yeah, he could tie it, but it can never be broken.
Yeah,
He could just
100% stat.
broken.
I guess technically you could break it by playing longer.
Yeah, doing more,
Yeah.
having more games, having more snaps.
But at being at 100%, you can't go over 100%.
No, but that's only percentages, and by that logic, your logic's broken because then you're saying any quarterback who's thrown 50 passes and has made 50 of them is the best quarterback of all time. Like there has to be a bare minimum of what's considered a reasonable workload of a player.
Okay, to play as many seasons as he has and to be in the playoffs every season he played.
So you break
So
the
that's
record
what
by
we're saying.
playing.
The only way to break that record of Tom Brady's would be to
How
do
many
the
quarterbacks
same
are going to play
but
more
to do
seasons
it
than that? Do
for
you think?
more?
We're not saying
That's just
that.
the point, Bobby. It's just the point of
Yeah.
saying
No, I'm asking. I'm not trying to argue about that. I'm just saying how many quarterbacks.
not
though?
like rare, and that's the
That's-
point. That's
it's gonna be rare.
why it's such an amazing stat. Like that's incredible for any
would say
player to
Patty
be
Mahomes-
able to say, "I was
Now,
never
he
out
can't-
of
he can't break
position."
Can do it.
He can't tie that record. Or can he?
Who?
He can tie that record as long as he goes to the playoffs every year
Yeah,
he plays.
Patrick- yeah,
He would be at right now he's in 100%.
Patrick
Right now
currently
he's been
is
in the
at
playoffs every year he's
100%,
played.
Again, you're right. He would have to
No, he's
play
not.
and
No,
get
he's not.
who
The first snap he
He
ever
didn't take a snap as a starting quarterback.
he
As a starting
did.
quarterback.
he did
he
week
took a snap
17 as a rookie, but
Yeah.
we still went to the playoffs that year.
Yeah, it's in the playoffs,
We
not
still went
to
to
win
the
a Super Bowl.
playoffs that year, so it would still count.
His last season,
He
yeah.
wasn't out
What's
of
his face's last
contention
season? They
when he
lost to
took
the
that
Colts.
snap.
They lost to the Colts that in the first game of the playoffs.
Oh, so they did go to the
Yeah,
playoffs?
we went to the playoffs
Yeah.
that year.
I didn't know they
No,
all went to the playoffs.
Alex took us to the
His
playoffs.
rookie
we just
year,
lost
they
in
went to the playoffs.
Alex Smith was the best mentored Patty could ever
Bro,
have.
I loved Alex Smith. He was every bit worth what we paid for him and then some. Like, Patrick, I don't think would be as great of a quarterback as he is if he didn't have that year under Alex.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
amazing.
Alex was
I desperately want Alex to come back as a quarterback's coach. We would be phenomenal with Alex as a quarterback's coach.
Anyways, next question. This is taking forever.
Well, you're the one that's the news.
What?
Yeah,
You
you're our
looked it up.
chat GPT
Sports
on
news.
sports news. Because
It was all from like 2020 and 2019. That's what the fuck.
You've got to be our computer help because Chat GPT's got nothing. So you said
Sports
there's plenty of
news.
sports news. Yes,
Oh,
Gavin
yeah.
Taylor, of
I
course.
was talking about the Miami Dolphins.
Well,
sports.
Oh
news.
yeah. Well, here, Daniel, let's ask a question about the UFC. What do you think actually happened with that? I have my like we don't know everything that happened with USADA or Josh's USADA. USADA and Dana White. Like Dana White is the best talker for if you needed anybody to talk for your company, like that's the ideal way. Because did you see what he said about USADA about what he said that they went 100% Britney Spears.
What?
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he said USADA's CEO went 100% Britney Spears, and this is, I guess, the storyline. USADA claims that they're turning away and, like, I guess, not paying attention to Conor McGregor, who just entered USADA, and the rule is that you have to enter USADA for a minimum of 6 months and pass 2 random drug tests.
It's not a rule. That was a UFC stipulation. That wasn't a USADA stipulation.
Oh well, but no, that's what they're saying, that they're changing their rule for Conor McGregor, not USADA. USADA's only rule is that they have to pass 2 drug tests.
Yes,
to be liable to fight. And what they were saying is that Conor McGregor, they're changing the rule for him when they never changed the rule. This is what I think happened. I think they heard that the UFC was in talks of changing companies to their testing, and then they had this whole like headline of the news to get them to cut their ties. I think that's what happened. Now I don't know for sure.
What I think happened is that UFC was trying to pull some bullshit to get Conor McGregor in December like they wanted. USADA was like, fuck you. Then we're going to hold the rules you've given us. Then UFC's trying to pull bullshit, and now they're switching companies. And I think them switching
companies... But they can't switch until January 1. But they can't switch companies till January 1.
But they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have switched January 1.
Well, we don't know. That's what I'm saying that I think is what happened. Now, whether Conor has anything to do with it, I don't know.
Because Dana White repeatedly said he's going to fight in December.
No, he didn't. Conor said that, not Dana White. Dana White said, I don't know. He still has to be in the USADA pool. That's what he said.
No.
Even at the last interview conference, he said, no, I can't say that for sure.
But in the beginning, he said multiple times, Conor McGregor is going to be fighting after this. Blah, blah, blah. Conor McGregor is going to be fighting. Even in his, like, his, like, little Facebook lives where he's like, if you don't know, now you know. You know what I'm talking about? He always ends it like that. Yeah. Goes, if you don't know, now you know. Every time. Anyways, he said it there a couple of times.
That's all I get from it. I thought it was funny, though. But, like, what I'm saying is that, like, Dana White is one of the funniest dudes without trying to be funny when it comes to, like, press conferences. I think he's the best at press conferences. Like, I think every question.
I think he's a good shit talker. And, like, you piss him off. And he
don't care.
Like, in a way that...
The NFL is owned by Disney, so they're, like, stipulated on what they can say. Dana White ain't owned by nobody, and he's like, I'm going to straight up tell you to go F yourself. He's not. The UFC is, but they're not owned by... Well, they're joined with... who is it? Who are they joined with?
WWE.
Middle East? No, WWE now. Are they owned by Disney?
No, they're all owned by the same company.
Oh, okay. So you're good.
They like came together. And Vince McMahon is like the head of both companies now. He makes decisions for UFC now.
Dang.
Really weird.
That is weird.
Do you think he's Dana White on the like?
Do you think he lets Dana run with his own like? Do you think he lets him run free with like his ideas and stuff though? I think he does.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think McMahon's gonna step on Dana's toes at all.
He can't. I don't think he can manage it.
Power.
I don't think. No, I'm thinking like where fans will enjoy what he does. I think he's perfect in wrestling. I don't think he'll be perfect in MMA.
Dana's making way too much money for Vince to even want to fuck with him.
And you don't want to piss off Dana White.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know. Anyway, this week in sports. Did you want to do weekly picks, or did you want to just keep moving on with like? Did you want to do a draft?
Let's do a fun little draft, but then call it good. Yeah.
What should we draft, Billy? What do you want to hear?
Do what?
What?
Picks are funner than drafts.
Yeah, picks. What do you mean picks?
Oh, NFL picks.
Oh, you like picks better?
Yeah.
All right. We'll do picks then.
Okay. All right, Daniel, you want to bring that up on your computer?
Yeah. NFL. We
need to go back through this list of this week's games. I butchered this week. I'm sure I got nothing wrong. At least.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Well, here's Josh's picks from last week. Do you want to hear him?
Let's hear it.
Josh and I both picked Kansas City. Josh picked Tennessee. I picked the Raven.
I lost.
Is that the Ravens?
I lost.
Commanders. We both picked the Falcons,
Yep,
and they
we
lost.
lost.
Falcons got beat by the Commanders. Seahawks versus the Bengals. I don't know who won that game.
Bengals.
This is week 6.
Okay, I picked the Seattle Seahawks. You picked the Bengals. This is last week.
Yeah, this past week.
Josh and I both picked the Jaguars to beat the Colts.
They did.
We both won.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers versus the Dolphins. We both picked the Dolphins.
Good
Vikings versus the Bears. We both picked the Vikings. We both lost against the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Although with my buddy at work, I picked the Browns to upset the 49ers.
Nice.
Saints versus the Texans. We both picked the Texans. Who won that game?
I think the Texans, yeah.
Okay. Patriots versus the Raiders. We both picked the Patriots. I don't know who won that game.
Is that tonight?
Raiders.
Raiders won?
Oh, Raiders won it?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Lions versus Buccaneers. We both picked the Lions.
Yeah. Did you see Aiden Hutchinson's one-handed pick?
Nice.
That was last
cool,
week.
man. That was cool.
Week. That was the week before this.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, though.
Okay.
It was cool.
Cardinals versus the Rams. We both picked the Rams.
Rams
won.
Eagles versus Jets. We both picked the Eagles.
So, yeah,
and who won that game.
And the Jets won that one. See?
The game of... And then Sunday nights, is it going on yet? Bills versus the Giants?
Yeah, Bills, Giants. Yeah. Giants are winning?
Giants are beating the Bills? We both picked the Bills.
3-0. 3-0. Let's not freak out just yet, y'all.
Well, here's the next week's picks, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go look at them.
You screwed me up. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Me or you?
Both of us.
All right.
Thursday, October 19th. Jaguars versus Saints.
Ooh.
I'm going Jags.
I like it. Solid pick. I will also go Jags. Jags.
I am also going to go Jags.
Sorry, Saints.
All right. Sunday, first game on Sunday. Lions, Ravens.
Lions.
Ooh. Lions.
I'm on the Lions bandwagon this year.
Give me the Ravens.
The Lions would be
give me
the
the Ravens.
Lions are the better record. What?
Yeah.
Lions are not the upset.
Give
me the Ravens for the upset.
We both lost.
I'm going Detroit. That defense is nasty.
I agree. That's why I think the Baltimore upset's going to be wild.
Yeah, I think it's Ravens too. Falcons, Bucks.
Buccaneers.
I believe in Baker, dude.
Falcons,
I think Baker's
Falcons
down
keep
there.
throwing. They're throwing interceptions like no other.
Desmond Ritter.
How many picks did he throw today?
Yet to me.
Desmond Ritter's trash.
I'm not ready to say he's trash, but
I'm riding Bucks too.
Yep. Baker has found a sweet spot down there.
I'm going Falcons. Let's go Commanders, Giants.
All right,
Commanders.
I'm done denying the enemy's power. Commanders. They will beat the Giants.
I call them the thin skins, but
Is that your pick then,
what's he
Bobby?
Googling?
The thin skins?
Oh, I call the Commanders. Yeah,
Okay.
the thin skins.
I think.
Don't doubt the
It's
enemy.
hard to pick this one because I can't find out what happened today.
Don't doubt the enemy.
What's still going on?
If the Giants beat the Bills, I want the Giants. But if they don't, I want the Commanders.
So here's the thing. This is what I'm gonna say. If Daniel Jones comes back versus the Commanders, I take the Giants on a huge return game. If he doesn't, Commanders win handily.
Okay.
Daniel Jones ain't there tonight?
Nope.
Raiders, Bears.
Raiders.
That's easy for
Bears
me.
are trash.
Bears. Bears.
I'm pretty sure the Bears quarterback went out with an injury today. I'm going Raiders.
Oh, wait. What?
Fields.
Justin Fields went down? Hold on.
I think Fields went out with an injury.
Whoa. I hadn't heard that. I might be adjusting my stuff then. Don't commit me to...
I don't need that quarterback to justify my pick.
Hey, I had DJ Moore last week, so I'm not ready to say that the Bears are trash. Okay? DJ Moore.
DJ Moore's not trash.
Single-handedly almost won me my league. I was so mad. Dad was undefeated. You got me? Dad's undefeated. I'm like 1-4 as a team. It's garbage. I hate it. It's awful. I'm playing Dad. Josh Jacobs gets me just enough points to beat Dad by half a point. I brag all week about beating him. On Friday, he checks his app. Stat correction changed my score by a point. He won by half a point. Bro, I'm so mad. I was like, are you kidding me? So Dad is officially still undefeated. I was going to take... So Casey had been setting my lineup because Casey's been doing good, actually. And so I was like, kid, I need some of your beginner's luck. Set my lineup. And I won my first game, so I was like, Case, if I can beat your grandpa and give him his first loss, I'm taking everybody, me, you, and grandpa are going out to dinner. So we had booked the dinner and everything, and we're going to go. And like that day, I called Dad up and was bragging about beating him, and he's looking at his app, and he goes, mine says I'm 5-0. I haven't lost. And so I went back and checked the stats. Yeah, they stat corrected. And I lost a point in my stats. And so I lost by half a point.
All right, here we go. Patriots, Bills.
Oh, Bills.
Bills are going to make Bill cry.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
I gotta go Bills.
Billy.
I'm going Patriots. Fuck the Bills. I hate that goddamn team.
Oh, what's the matter, Daniel?
Browns, Colts.
Browns.
Man, I think I'm going to have to go
Minshew magic, baby. Minshew magic. I'm going Colts.
Do you think Minshew can do it? I mean, like,
I'm going Colts. JT's back. They already have a good running back.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I'm with him. Yeah. Let's go Colts. Gardner Minshew.
Steelers, Rams.
Oh. Steelers.
I'm also going Rams. Billy's on the phone.
That's
Cardinals, right. Seahawks.
Man,
Seahawks.
Here's the thing.
For sure.
I could see the Cardinals doing like what they did to the Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. Having the Seahawks number. But, no.
We're getting to the good games.
I'm going to go Seahawks.
I'm also going Seahawks. Packers, Broncos. Packers,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Packers.
What? No.
I'm going to go Broncos
on that one. I think Russell and his team can pull one out against Jordan Love. I think it'll be a good game.
All right. Chargers versus Chiefs.
Sherbert's good, but he's not good enough to beat Patrick.
Oh, it's at Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Chargers at Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
I'm a hater. I'm going Chargers.
Of course you
Dolphins at Eagles.
Say that one more time.
Well, since we don't have a undefeated team in the NFL anymore,
no kidding.
I'm still going to go Dolphins. I don't think that I predicted at the beginning of the year the Eagles were going to have a flop season. Now I was a little wrong, but they could still lose. Like the last time they lost their first game, they went on a 3-game losing streak or 2-game maybe. I don't remember. I'm going to go Dolphins though.
I think I will go Eagles. I'm going Eagles.
Is that Monday night or Sunday night? That game. That's Sunday night? Daniel frozen?
He might be. Daniel, can you hear us?
Nope. He is not. He got them crow's feet on his eyes.
He's flipping his
He's squinting too much.
We love you.
He's squinting too much.
Dolphins. I'm picking Dolphins.
He says Dolphins. He's only offended.
Versus Minnesota.
Ooh. I would love to see Minnesota win this game. So I'm going to say Minnesota.
I was going to say, I think Minnesota can win that. BJ, who's your pick? Philadelphia or Miami?
We need to go back. Which ones did I miss?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and get B's picks.
Steelers, Rams.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh bouncing back.
They're not.
Seattle's gonna win the next one. Cardinals, Seattle win. Packers get back on track. They beat Broncos.
Ooh, okay.
I think Kansas City's offense is just not showing up right now. I think the Chargers win.
Oh, ugly.
And I like, I like Kansas City, but I think the Chargers take that one.
Ugly.
You like somebody, don't love them.
I can't bet against my Dolphins. We're on a high streak. Eagles are struggling getting the end zone. I'm taking Miami.
And this is the game we're on.
We're on Niners-Vikings.
Niners-Vikings.
Yeah, I picked Vikings.
Can Minnesota do it, or do the Niners make their bounce back?
It's an even Sunday.
Vikings win it.
We know McCaffrey was out, and who else was out? Debo. Are they back? Or are they out?
We don't know. That was this
How
game.
We won't know until the game.
I still think the Niners are good enough, and I'm not a Brock Purdy hater like somebody. Niners.
Brock Purdy.
Daniel's the Brock Purdy hater.
Yeah.
It takes him at least 8 All-Stars.
Minnesota's trash. Justin Jefferson's out.
It takes at least 8 All-Stars for
Minnesota's trash. Justin Jefferson's out.
Jefferson was out this week, but is he out?
Their quarterback after this year and go for the freaking young kid.
I think
Vikings are going to lose.
They have to cut him, and his contract's guaranteed.
Just through the end of this year.
There's no trade clause, too.
Okay, but just through the end of this year. It doesn't matter.
Well, he plays this year, though.
Okay, he played this out.
Shut up.
I'd let him play it
Brock
out.
Purdy sucks.
You suck.
Shut up.
What a hater. What a hater.
He needs at least 8 All-Stars to win a game. Come on now.
What a
He drops
hater.
down to win.
Next game.
That's it.
That was it.
That's it.
That was Monday.
That was Monday night?
Monday night.
Yep.
All right, well, here.
So what was the final call?
Andy,
who all had Vikings? Who all had 49ers?
Vikings.
50-50. I said Vikings.
Smart
Josh,
man
you
right
said
there.
Vikings. So Billy said 49ers.
I said Niners.
And I said Niners.
And you said Vikings.
No, did I say Vikings? No, I said Niners. I said Vikings can't. I said I think they could do it, but I'm not going with them. I think it's 49ers.
Oh.
By the way,
50-50.
just so you know, I hope the Chiefs beat the Chargers. I just want to.
You talk your smack all you want, Billy.
Move their ass because you picked the Eagles, so I don't care about the damn Chiefs this damn week.
I did pick the Eagles just to go against the Dolphins.
It's okay. You can keep
it. When we talk about Tyreek's backflip, that was boss. Did you see it? That was such a cool celebration.
About the NFL finding players for stupid ass reasons and taking people's money that they deserve.
No, let's not talk about that because they've done that for years.
We could always talk about that.
They've done that for years.
It's stupid.
Deals with the sea witch never turn out for the good.
Why can't he peace sign somebody that's running?
Because it's taunting.
No, it ain't.
That's why he got the gloves, though. That's why he got the gloves with the peace sign on him, was so that he could just hold his hand up.
What's the difference in a wave and a peace sign? Should still be
nothing.
A wave. A wave isn't
in the 70s. A peace was a wave. I'm just saying.
Like later, bye.
I do
peace,
that all
love.
Yep.
Go smoke a deuce. Go smoke a doob.
Consider it taunting.
I feel like waving at somebody like bye is worse than saying peace.
Either way, it's stupid and shouldn't get people fined.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Either.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Throw up.
And then if you do fine them, the fines don't need to go back to the stingy ass NFL. They need to go to the freaking charity.
What?
They need to go to a charity. That's what they need to do. If you're gonna fine people, the fines need to go to a charity, not back into your greedy pockets. Maybe they wouldn't fine so many people so much money if it did.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
I like that.
NFLPA, you watching this?
Yeah. Now I'm canceled from the
Learn
NFL.
some lesson. Take it from us. Because we're
well. This was a fun, lengthy episode.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
It was very
Something we
long.
never
Those of you that are
I'm
still
tired.
tuned in, thanks. We appreciate
You
it.
surprised the shit out of us, Billy, because I didn't expect you to be on it. He told me he was talking to Reagan. Daniel was talking, and I was like, hey, your camera's not working. He goes, what? And I was like, dude, there ain't no way you thought your camera was working.
Oh my, it was good stuff.
This was a good one, man. We love it. Thank you, dude.
All right, man.
Thanks for joining.
Love y'all. I'm
Love
out
you,
of here.
man.
I'm going home. Getting some
Love
rest.
you too, bud. I'm gonna hit this in a second. Make sure you hit that like button, consider
Yes.
subscribing, and go hit up HCW on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Twitter?
Love
Follow
you.
the Chubby Buddies because they're awesome.
Oh.
Love you.
Love you guys.
About that.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.